Going live. Maybe you could hear me, but now you can see me. You're live. Hi, Johnny. My eyelids are droopy, but I'm tired. It's a quarter after 12. You'd be tired too if it was quarter after you. It was quarter after 2. You'd be tired also. You'd be tired quarter after. You'd be tired after 12 if it was quarter after 2. You'd be tired at 12 if it was quarter after 2. No, I'm just joking. You'd be tired at 12 out of 13. No, I joke around, but I don't mean anything by it. I don't mean to mix you up. Did you hear me? Did you hear this whole thing about Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks and my friend Will and Henry, the talented artist who I never knew was that talented. The quiet artists are the most talented. There's a musician who says nothing at Starbucks, and he's in the Hamptons now. I know his brother. What's his brother's name, man? Now I forget. I haven't seen their moments again. Alex. I know his brother Alex, and he got so excited. His brother, Alex's brother, got so excited. He went to the Hamptons and he took off, and he quit Starbucks and he took off to the Hamptons. And he's in Southampton now. I used to go to East Hampton. Paul McCartney used to be out there with my stepmother, and used to live it up with them and have the greatest time of her life. And Abby used to teach her art lessons. How did I know that? Osmosis. How did I become a poet? Osmosis. How did I pick up from other people's misery and grief and secrets? Osmosis. I don't write my poems. People write my poems for me. I don't things and people and objects and surroundings write my poems. I don't write them. I have nothing to do with my poems. I have nothing to do with my mind. My mind is run by the government, by the United States of Buildings, by the Doors Company. You can let your mind have your mind run by whatever you want it to be run by. I have my mind run by artwork, by paintings, by poetry, by love, by asking a woman to my apartment tonight. Andy's friend, I'm not going to tell you whether I'm homosexual. It's none of your business. And that's what you consider to be the biggest gay person, the biggest queer. They call themselves queers too, man. So you're one of them. You who I see who puts them down. And I give you my poetry. And you have a disease too, man. You know what I'm talking about, man. I won't get into it. The 12-step thing, 2 steps, man. A step at a time, a day at a time, man. Life is sublime when it changes from a day at a time to a day at a time. Life is sublime when it changes from a riddle to a rhyme. 1 step at a time, 1 day at a time. What do they say? The guy at Lake Winnipesaukee who had was it Bill Murray, I think it was. He had shock treatment and not shock treatment, but explosive treatment. They tied dynamite on his back and they were going to blow him up. The psychiatrist was going to blow him up because he kept on going to the psychiatrist's house on Lake Winnipesaukee. He went all the way from New York to Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire. Hassled this poor guy to death. I hassled my poor psychiatrist to death too, man. And if you're nuts, these psychiatrists got to stand with everything, man. They got to think everything. They might have their opinions, but their opinions are not psychosis, And I'm psychotic. My opinions are psychotic, so I don't pay any attention to them. If you are, you're nuts. And listen to me laugh, have a good time. I'm me, man. The drinks are on me. It's on the house. Nothing's on the house. Everything's on the house. Life is on the house. But it costs. And some people die 5 years old, 3 years old, 2 years old, 6 months year old, 5 seconds years old, 3 seconds years old, and they talk about abortion. Yes, they talk about abortion. Yes, they do both ways. You don't want to kill the baby, but if you don't abort it, it's going to die. If you abort it, you kill it. Either way, you murder it. So what's the big debate about? You're I don't get involved with it. I have no opinion about it. I don't. They're aborting me, man. They're gonna abort me. They abort old people. It's just the way it is. Old people become useless and they abort them. They give them chemotherapy, or they give them shock treatment, or they give them whatever it is. They put them in nursing homes and shut them up. They can't walk anymore and they abort them. And let me pick my nose again, man, like Paul McCartney. Nostril inflection. My old man, used to call me a snot pot. For this and a reason, in his grave he will rot. He didn't realize society was booger snot. He was living in booger snot. It's tasty to a tot. There's another one. My Aunt Sadie morphed into a tree. We couldn't see how this could be, but my Aunt Sadie my grandma Sadie morphed into a tree. This could never be, but my grandma Sadie morphed into a tree. If I had the full poem with me, I could read the full poem. It has much more of an effect, but those are just the main lines. If you're not mainlining heroin, you don't get the full effects. The mainliners are the ones, and the mainliners of comedy, and the mainliners of the news, and the headlines, and the government, and government, and Trump, and the FBI, and all these guys, I don't even know their names. I don't know who the heck they are anymore, man. I knew Nixon, I knew Haldeman, I knew Ehrlichman, I knew grab them by the balls, and their minds and hearts will follow. That's one that Trump wrote in his book, I think. No, I shouldn't say that about Trump. Trump is a very popular guy. The economy's doing unbelievable. I can't believe how good the economy's doing. And these bleeding heart liberals said the economy's doing bad. Everything else is doing bad, and the economy's going to do bad because we're swinging up on our allies. I mean, Gorbachev said that Trump was going to be the end of the United States, and look who was in the KGB, Putin. It's like, poor Gorby, man. He started the revolution, and look what happened to him. You got to have a hard guy, man. You got to have a sucker and a hard guy, Oh, man. We get so screwed over as softies, especially when we're in the minority. It's like the 50s, man. I plead the fifth, Look up Roy Cohn and plead the fifth and tell me what defense you have with your high-class lawyers that a black person can't afford. Man. Come on, give me a break. This is a democracy. It's free speech. I'm being taped. I'm being hassled. I'm being harassed. I never thought I'd be in this position where I'd be afraid of being killed or paranoid about it. I have nothing to worry about. I'm like you. I don't talk out. I talk in. I sleep in. I don't sleep out. Thank God I'm not homeless. After all those years, I'm not homeless, but I may be soon. If my immediate family has their way, I get a feeling I will be. They want me to downsize from Medicare to Medicaid. Then you're downsizing your money. You're downsizing. What am I downsizing? A lot of money. It's illegal. It's people do it, but it's illegal. It's totally illegal. I don't know why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it yet. My lawyer came in and helped me out. Said that I didn't have to do it. No reason to do it. They'll get their money, man. I'm giving them money. I'm giving them most of my money. They want 2% that I'm not giving them. These are greedy. And that's the real reason they want it. They want a full amount. They want a lump sum. They want a big sum, so I can go on Medicaid and spend down while they're the majority of money. This is the way corporate America works. They mooch off your majority of money until and they suck you down, and then when you have a majority of money, they let it stay until the day when they can grab it and then just suck it up. You know, like that movie, you know, where the guy was sucking the brains out of the guy's head, you know, giving him a lobotomy, you know. Same guy who did. He was a famous actor. What was his name, man? I forgot his name, but there have been movies about the mentally ill. Not all great. Most not so great. The one I thought was the funniest one was he said, the guy says, "You wouldn't kill me, would you? you wouldn't bet on it, would you?" The crook, but he was a crook. But you know, people shouldn't be allowed to have guns. What's the NRA doing? Who was the NRA? The kids are right, man. You know, they protest the NRA. You know, they protesting these people who are passing gun laws. They protest Trump. Trump will fix it up. Then the next week he's talking about Russia. Then the next week he's talking about Korea. Then the next week he's talking about the wall that he's going to build. Then the next week he's talking about this. He's talking about that. He's talking about the other thing. They go, Ray. He's right. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. We're stuck on this thing. We're on this thing. We're stuck on that thing. Next week we'll be stuck on a new thing. And we'll really believe him, man. We'll really believe him because he's a believable guy. You know, I mean, when you have a fascist state, you get a guy who's very convincible, and he can mobilize the masses, and turn them into molasses, turn their brains into molasses, and they turn to jackasses, and not Democrats, but jackasses. Democrats aren't jackasses. They're asses, but they're not jackasses. Clinton really goofed. And why Obama let them have these town meetings where they ranted and raved and went on and carried on about how bad the left was and how bad everything was with medicine and everything. They're going to get their Social Security cut off. Wait till they get their Social Security cut off. It's already starting to happen. I told this girl, she said, "You have nothing to worry about. You get disability. You have nothing to worry about. I get disability too." She was a legal age. She was illegal. Let me get it straight. Not a lawyer, but not a legal aid. I forgot what they call them. They practice law. They do paralegal, a paralegal, and she got disability because she had heart problems, and physical problems, not mental problems, which she considers to be something else, which is not so much it's a disability too, and so is alcoholism, and so is drugism, and so a lot of things that this society has, including its mania. But besides that, she thought her Social Security wouldn't get cut off. He's going to snip. He's going to start snipping. 5 years from now, they're going to run out of money with Social Security. And then they're going to say, look at what the Democrats did. Look at what Clinton did. Look what Obama did. He cut off the Social Security on us. Then they set off alarms. The cops set off alarms on me. Everybody has their opinions, but, they're going to go nuts, man, when they get their Social Security cut off. And I've had mine a long time, my disability, Maybe that was unfair. Maybe Medicaid's unfair. I don't know, I always voted Democratic, I was always for Medicare and Medicaid, And I still am for Medicare all the way, If the rich want to get rich, let the Medicare, let the rest have Medicare, I mean, they can afford it. They can afford it. They have trillions, literally trillions. Some of these people have trillions of dollars. And I pick my nose as they collect their billions. I collect my boogers as they collect their billions. And they make towers of money. They're the towers of green powers. Towers of dollar bills, towers of dollar flowers, money flowers, towers of money flowers growing out of trees that they charge $1.50 to see them. To watch these $100 bills fly by. As he collects and collects and collects and collects more money and does it illegally, and you don't hear about it on any of the stations. They're talking about how a kangaroo was rescued in Australia or some such crap. I mean, they're entitled to their opinion, whatever that is. But I don't see how she's going to go on with this kid. I don't know how they're going to go on. Right now they're invested in the healthiest way they can be in Wall Street, and I'm not invested, so I'm very unhealthy. But when the time comes, forget about it, man. Forget it. I think that he's spicing it up so much. I don't know. Maybe he's a good businessman. I don't disagree with him. He's rich. He's loaded. But how he got loaded, crooked lawyers, crooked buildings, crooked universities, crooked relationships, crooked alliances. You can't blame the guy. Everybody wants to make a deal. Let's make a deal, Monty Hall. I'm watching Let's Make a Deal with all these kooks. With all these writers. And they're not writers. They're good people. They're great people. I love them, man. They're my friends. But they're far to the right, and they don't work for a living. A lot of them don't work for a living, and some of them do work for a living. And they're good. They're good people too. I like to turn them onto my poetry. I like it when they laugh a line. When I can tickle them. If I can tickle you, man, then I'm successful. I think Seinfeld is one of the greatest persons in the world. Better than Trump. If Trump could smile and tickle people. I wrote a poem about Snoop. I think I have it here. I think I wrote about it. Snoop met with Trump. Snoop Dogg. And he'll hate me for this. The black people will hate me for this. The rappers will hate me for this. Putting down rap artists for making the president smile when it's a great thing. It's an achievement in itself, an accomplishment, accolades to them. Kudos to them. People are gasping for the lasting tree. Snoopy is making Trump smiling. I don't know how or when. How could hell turn into heaven? I find things hard to see. Yo, this is happening to be for me. The trump card played in the connected underground den. And then I find no friend. Just a street called the dead end. Bad vibes they send, and it is to be impoverished they pretend. Few really comprehend. For free they lend their subtrahend. They don't add well like they shout and yell. The sound is an obsolete repeat of the 50s, although it takes place in the late teens, from an opaque smoke screen to which the audience rants and screams. On the word they lean too much and they get mean. On the world they lean too much and they get mean. They're all on the green. What a scream. What a team. It was what a scream. Now it's what a team. They're on the green, not in the red, but in the green. So what can I say? They put the country in the green. Could be an Eisenhower without the infrastructure, without the highway building, without the post office, without the unions, without everything running perfectly. Without the idealism, the phony idealism, the smoke screen that I talk about, the transparent smoke screen. They see it. They know what it is. They know they're living day to day. They're losing money. They're not saving their money. You think they're saving their money? You think anybody's saving money these days? Except for the rich people? And they're not saving it, they're stealing it. So, well, yeah, unfortunately, he's spending his money, not watching where it's going, like me, he's throwing his money out, doesn't have a care in the world, doesn't care. Wait till the fan hits the air. Wait till the air hits the fan. It's gonna come out stinking, man. I got one about. I got a couple. I wish I could read them. I will read them to you. I promise. If I'm still here, that is if I'm still here. I got an appointment on Monday at the hospital, but and how long I'm going to stay in this apartment, I don't know. It's a ground level floor, and I don't know how I'm going to get up the stairs. But it's not that bad. It might not be that bad. Never turns out to be as bad as you think it is. Never, never, man, never. You think about it too much, and it turns out horrible. Don't think about it; it turns out great. The idiotic people, ignorance is bliss. To this I plead the fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth, and ninth and 10th, and 11th and 12th. To the judge, I plead poverty to ignorance is bliss. Poverty is ignorance is bliss. It's true. Uh, you just do what you have to do, and you just carry on and work, and don't pay attention to anything but your work, and stay stuck to that. There's no time for recreation or thinking or freewheeling and dealing or having a good time or going to the cafe and drinking iced tea, peppermint iced tea, and being a Generation Xers or Zers or Yers or non-voters who just spend time on the internet typing away, having a good time like I do, and like the old hip people do, and they have the phones now. They don't even use computers anymore. They use their phones. I tried the phone, man. I can't do it. I have this thing. Let me show you what I have. I got this poem. I got this poem off my Guardian. This thing. It's an Android. That's a new thing. It's a Samsung. And I don't even know how to use it. It prints too small, man. I can't type with it. I write. I can't write with it. I can. I write. I wrote some stuff with it. Let me see if I can look up a poem that I wrote. If it has any batteries left, it has no. It's not charged. Let me charge it. I'll charge it into the wall. I'll be right back. I'll read this poem that I wrote. I wrote about 1,000 poems. First about 1,000 of you guys. First about 1,000 of you punks. Let me see which wire is which wire. Is this the wire to the computer? And it is the wire to the... Yeah. It's 1:15. Do your kids know where you are? What was a joke of mine. Man is woman's best friend. Let's see, man, how does this work? That's chauvinistic. I don't like chauvinistic things. I really don't. I really wish I wasn't a chauvinist, but I am. Here's charging up. The lights are on. It's Zing, but it's not attached to anything. It's not. It doesn't have any internet on it. 0%. But it's got the outline. It's got the it's like a house without any covering on it. It's like the wood. Just the wood. Just the facts, man. Just the facts. Only the facts. Might take a while. What am I going to do in the meantime? What are we going to do in the meantime? Scratch our heads and listen. What this means, I don't know. I'll read you something. We do appreciate your submission to the Awakenings Review. No final decision has been made. It is still under consideration. However, in the interest of reducing our inventory of past issues, you will soon receive a complimentary copy of the Awakenings Review in the mail. If you would like additional copies at no charge, let us know and we will do our best to get them to you. If you'd like to specify the issues you'd like to send us by emailing awakeningsreview@gmail.com. Though not necessary, we appreciate a fee with donation of $3 and future issues. We'll send you cover postage and handling, cash, no check. And then it says the address. I don't know if they're telling me that I'm going to be published in the issue that I'm getting, or that they're not going to publish me in the issue that I'm getting, that they want me to buy the issue that I'm getting that's going to be published in if I buy the other issues. I think that's what they're telling me. Most publications need the money, and in order for you to be published, and like a jerk, I gave money to some of them, but they're my friends. They publish me. They publish me for nothing. The real jerks didn't publish me. Let's see what's going on. 1%. Samsung Galaxy Express Android. Red Rover, turn over. Samsung, here we go. AT&T, the logo, the world, with the circles around it. I hope the world dies anytime sooner. I hope my eclipse isn't solar but is lunar. Here we go. Here's some title. The Birds in the Trees. What was that about? I'd like to know. Download complete. 2%. How am I doing this? Well, I'm doing this by osmosis. Like they send up the Chinese satellites. They do it by osmosis. They even got the date right. Swipe screen to unlock. Right. That's what we do on these things. Then we go to oh, come on. Email. That's not the one I wanted. Inbox. This isn't even working, believe it or not. This has no internet on it. It's just a collection of poems on the email that I want to read. I have other ones on my computer, but I can't read them because I can't keep this damn light on and have half a screen. You can do that on a telephone, my friend tells me, who owns an Android, but you can't do it on a computer. You can't read and be seen on the screen at the same time. You can do that on a telephone, but the print's too small for me. Damn it. Turn on. Search. All. From. To. Subject. Search. What was the name of that thing? I forgot the name of it now. Loading emails. God bless me. Search. Loading emails. Subject. Try everything, man. All. I had it going before, too. Arrow. Inbox. Drafts. Unread. What? Drafts. Okay. Okay. Tower of Babel. Might as well read you that. I thought it was going to send us to a rope or something. Now it's not even giving me anything. There's an email again. Okay. Now that ain't doing anything to me, man. Now that even give me the time of day. Sorry, no subject, no subject, no subject. Let's see what we have from magazine New York Times. Subject April 12th. No, it's not giving me anything. I'm going to delete them, man. I don't want to delete them. They're too valuable. They'll be a collector's item in the year 20 million. If I could read you a message, I would read you a line. So sublime, divine. You got to be all mine. All mine, all mine, all mine, all mine. Unfortunately, Gmail is stopped. Okay. Okay for that. I'll see if I can beat around the bush. You can't beat the bush. Remember that. Or else you end up like Moses, raining all over the place. You beat the bush, your cane runs out of water. That was one of the stories. Here we go. The birds in the trees. This is the end of a new beginning. My love lays naked before me. A child walking with castanet toy cars clicks them together. An elderly woman wonders why her time passed fast. When she was young, it went so slow. I walk past the picket fence property and see two pugs in a standing position. A gypsy man blows a cloud of heavy, thick smoke in my Android lenses while sitting in front of the Shot Cafe. The birds too are singing while winging to the beat of a link that they only know. These thoughts etched in my mind primitive cavern floors escaping through the cafe's doors. That one was that good. They call it JonathanBill7 at gmail.com, but that's not my address. I'd rather not go into Wi-Fi because then it's going to screw everything up. I thought I did that one more recently. Messages. Okay. Bruce Stoker, April 23rd. Stockler. No, this is no good. New messages. I don't want to send new messages. I want to get the old stuff. Bear with me a couple minutes. Emergency alert. I don't want to do that. Search. Try saying something. Flash flood warning. That's not for now. That's for sure. I'm going to start all over again. I want to try WordPress 311 WordPress. Hangouts, Gmail, Google. There's a long way to do this. BIRD. Is that it? Bird 311. 311. I can barely see this, let alone maneuver it. Time. WordPress. Shit. I got some famous ones in here for you. You won't be disappointed if I can get them up. Here we go again. Wait a minute. You've all left me. Bird 311. What happened to Bird 311? Bird 311 dot WORGPRESS dot ALN. I goofed it up again. I put XIM instead of COM. I'm sorry to waste your time, man. I know your time is valuable. We got all night. Brand music, billet. Taking up your valuable time. And I got a lot of good poems on here that will blow your mind. Not Birdie. Bird 311. What's so hard about this, Todd? Not working, man. Don't know why, but not working. Can't understand why not. Let's try Facebook. Jonathan Billard Facebook. Say okay to Google. I'll love to take up your time. I was doing so well, you know. Bird 311. That's what's wrong. I've been giving you the wrong code, man. Gotta fool around with these things. Gotta. If you have 20 years on your time on your hands, you can fool around with the computer. That's not it. Who knows why they go to school? To be treated by the Chinese and the Americans, American corporations. The unions are going to get pretty pissed off. We could do both. I know they say we can't, but we can. I can't get this thing, man. I can't understand it. One more time. One more time going home. See my baby. Messages. I got one hooked up. Not phone. What is it, man? Chrome, camera, Facebook, apps. 260. We're gonna stay late enough. Maybe we can get some good stuff. This horrible stuff they're putting on me. Giuliani, Homeland Security, Oliver North. How much food I got under Bob Dylan? That's a good name. That's a name people trust. Like your Hardy. Healthy hardware store, man. Bob Sillon. I don't get over this. What's on her mind? Welcome to Facebook. Find friends on Facebook. Search. Okay, so I search. So who do I search for? But Bob Marone. Bob Dylan. Boy Scouts of America. See what they're coming up with these days? I'm coming up with Bob Dylan, but it says notify me. I'm sorry. I'm wasting your time. People, U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Oliver North, Melania Trump, Rudy Giuliani, University of Florida. I'm sure they're all great institutions. This is not what I want. It says updating, so I should be doing something. What time is it? Man, it's 1:15. Saturday morning. Saturday Night Live is on. If I could find what I was looking for, it'd be. What was it? Telephone? Camera? Chrome? WordPress? Email? Direct Galaxy Apps? Camera? Try again. No dice. So what have I got here? Sorry to take up your time. It's better than going home drunk. Nine one four 824 As a guess. Can hear that? Customer service.
Message 10, NY01UL.
Bell bounce move. Customer service, mobile. Contacts. That's not it, man. I might as well give up on this whole damn thing. I used to know how to run this phone. I swear.
The call you are attempting to place is not allowed from this line. Please dial 611 for customer service or dial 1-800-331-0500 from a landline phone. Message 10, NY01UL.
Documents. That would be interesting. My files. The birds in the trees. Search. I'm responsible for this, Captain. I'm responsible for the safety of the crewmen. No internet. We'll connect. We'll notify you next year. Messengers. That's what I want. God bless me, man. Bart Warren, The Light Sun. Listen to this, folks. If these Amorites would get off the goddamn thing. The Light Sun. Dreamed I was on a different flight. Saw a flashing sight. Light and time traveled backwards. A forward thrust saved my life. That was yesterday, now it's tomorrow. Today was a pitiful poverty sorrow. Thought I was alive on a distant planet moon. Woken from a dream too soon, somewhere in June. This is garbage, man. Once upon a time on a Sunday brunch Sunday afternoon, while past the broadcast the spittoon composing a tune. Try again if your dreams don't follow you, they will always come through. Your hope will be born anew, start anew. Your hopes will be born and start anew. Heaven's earth renews the fortunate few. Waves to Bart. Waves to Bart. I know what I'll do. Bob Dylan. Now I get Bob Dylan. Bib. Bibby. Bibby dude. Bibby. Bob Darkin. I'll go to Bob. He'll know what to do. Has been good, Bob Dylan. No internet connection, it says. Who was filming back then? Here's a good one. As the day turns into night, my hair turns lighter then much whiter. The air I breathe slowly dissipates while dawn breaks. What age brings it takes. Life to me makes me know the mistakes. Many past birthday cakes. As the dealer of lost cards takes and rakes the ground for me. What comes next must never be. My grandma's city morphed into a tree. Come on. Looking at me, but I disagree. Seeing the number 43 six times after 3. That's a tip for free. Raspberry tea, better weather for me? There's more to it than that, but that's. Hello, Bar Farf. It's quantified futuristic artistic bar. You can hear the cellos and guitars record from Mars. Too many cigarettes, nicotines, and tars, and you'll stars. Listening to the radio in the car from a liquor jar. A dozen bourbons and rye vomiting orange and brown cumulus oatmeal clouds. Let's continue, please. I guess that's it. Not very much. All these are the same. Jeez. These are all the same. I'm going to get to Bob Dylan with this for last thing on you. Bib. If you didn't love me, you'd kill me. Quite literally. Bib Dylan. See, I can get the name up, but I can't get the messages up that I sent him. And I sent him quite a few good ones. I got here. Andy was fancier. What that's about, I don't know. Andy was fancier. That's all it says. Nothing else that grabs. My good friend Alien caught the crabs. I knew Babs. Picked up all your tabs. Hope now these abs, there are fans for. Come right through the door, but please don't step on the floor. It was just washed like our brain. Get on the morning train in the rain. It floods the town. I'm coming down from below. Nothing will grow. On my TV show, tape it slow. I'm willing to go. You think you know what we'll never show. The light sun. Dreamed I was on a different flight. Saw a flashing sight. Light and time travels backwards. A forward thrust saved my life. That was yesterday. Now is tomorrow. Today was a pitiful poverty sorrow. Thought I was alive on a distant planet moon. Woken from a dream too soon somewhere in June. Once upon a time on a Sunday brunch Sunday afternoon. Walking past a bird bass spittoon. Composing a tune. Try again if your dreams don't follow you. Try again if your dreams don't follow you. I got the Bob Dylan fans, but there's nothing coming up. Here's one about my grandma, saving. He wants Bob Marone. He was a DJ on WGOX. Bob will soon be coming on Halloween yet. May 5th. Getting some stuff now, I'm starting to get stuff. But very little. Very little comes in because these are repeats. No, it just keeps on coming back to the same thing. What's on your mind? Text. Normal. Getting back to this, man. Says here, add friends. Just circling around and around on Facebook. Yeah, bad. The coasters. Searching Jonathan Bill's posts. Photo. Searching Jonathan Bill's post. Jonathan Billett. Jonathan Billett, CO. Jonathan Billett. Series deals for Jonathan Billett. Jonathan Billett. People, Jonathan Billett. Bob Dylan, Jonathan Billett. Homeland Security. Trending Homeland Security is what's trending, according to them. It is trending, man. It's trending in the USA. Trending in the USA. See, if I had this turned on, I would be in much better shape. Activity log. No network connectivity. Please try again later. Activity log. About. This damn thing wasn't worth a penny of the money that I paid for it. I'm sorry, fans. What's on your mind? Shit on toast. So ask my old man, what are we having for dinner? Let's go shit on toast. Shit on roasted. Shit on roasted toast. Shit on toast. Post the most. Go too fast to go backwards. Post the post. Tonight. Tonight I am the host. Shit on toast, roast the post. Tonight I am the host. Add to your post. I can't go on with this. I have to go back to scratch. That turned out nowhere. Messenger. Uber, Spotify, phone, Pandora, messages, text. What I'm looking for is text. That's what I'm looking for. If I can find text, I can find everything. If I can find text, I can find everything. Email, calculator, boom, clock, Facebook, internet. Now, one time did I hear free music on this thing. I mean, the other one's fucked up too. Yeah, there's stuff on text. This phone is shot. I'm gonna email Bob Dylan. I'm not gonna email him. I don't have his address. Text to speech. Let's try it. Problem 2. This is say okay to Google. No, I give up. There's only one thing I can get. That is email. I got acne on my back. Please try again. Something went wrong. I'm sorry, for the last hour I've been giving you crap. It's not even worth coming in here. This is worse than TV. Enchanted Mountain. They have polka dotted cows here in Largemont. I have a neighbor who can't fit her fat family through her front door. The dogs wear vicuña furs, and the people all drive deluxe mopeds to the train station. If you come, you'll have a rose orange grove in the backyard of your apartment yard. Nobody over 19. I'll have to make up some more up. We have sent via the Samsung Galaxy Express 3 on AT&T. The light sun. What's that about? Give me a hint. That didn't work out at all. I'm going to sleep. I don't know about you. One morning, Casey struck out at the bat. I am sorry. I'm bushed. I'm out of luck. Stuart chat. Nothing to see here. We popped out. Thank God. Thank God. How long ago did you pop out? I've been on for an hour. Is this still on my phone? It's in the other phone. I'll redo a shocker. Now this is on. Now it's time for my telephone to plug in. See, I can't get anything from the computer because the computer can't read two sides of the screen. And you thought I'd have something fascinating to say. Shame on you. By Adolwood Catchersmith. By Adolwood Catchersmith. Just started reading the magic book. Market will buy or sell, and sellers will always come my way. Don't. Before I am here, there, everywhere. Anyway, I can show you some pictures if you want to see them. If you want to see anything, which I doubt. I'm going to show you some pictures now. As I say, I'm going to show you some pictures. Or photos. What the hell my photos doing with now I'm deleting the photos. This guy had cool eyes, but you can't see them. Here's a picture. Can you see it? Can't see it. I don't have permission to show that, so I won't. Oh man. Here's one. You see that? Can't see it. Can't see any of these. I get the best one if I can find it. Sorry, TD. Here's one of me. Too late here. No more, man. Picking my nose. Yeah, see, it looks like I'm sucking my thumb. I'm sucking on a straw. All the light's taken out of here. All the color's taken out. Sucking, man. Heads are blooming and I don't care. Can't see it.